Welcome back to Comic Book Reviews by Two Brothers Comics. I'm Nick, and today we're going to do our new comic book day review for June 9th. Now, I read a bunch of stuff this week. Some stuff I absolutely enjoyed, some stuff not so much, and we'll talk about that. So let's kick it off this week with Geiger issue number 3 from Jeff Johns. This book is quickly becoming one of my favorite to read. It's only 3 issues in, so if you've not picked it up or jumped on it, it's super easy to do so at this point. Now, in this issue, we get the origin of the glowing man. This one had a bit of a heartbreaker at the end. Spoiler alert. So we find out how Geiger got his radioactive powers, what controls them, what stops them with the sticks on his back, and why he is the way he is. They took away his hope, right? His hope. He put his family inside this bunker when everything was going down, and he had never opened it back up. He said, "Don't open it till I come back in." The king blew up his bunker, and out fell the skeletons of his family. That was crazy to me. A bit of a heartbreaker there for the guy. Really makes you feel a little emotions towards that. And this is really just pulling me in. I'm really enjoying Geiger and the concept of the glowing man. And I'm really intrigued to see what he does with his newfound family members, is what I'm going to call them, because you know it's going to happen with this sister and young brother after their mom was just killed. So Geiger, definitely a great read. One of my favorites this week. Nottingham issue number 4 from Mad Cave Studios is next on the list from David Hazan. Super incredible book. Now, the trade paperback is actually about to drop here soon after issue number 5 comes out. So if that's something you're interested in and haven't got a chance to read it, go check out madcavestudios.com. Keep your eye on it for when they announce that. Now, this story, issue number 4, got pretty crazy pretty quickly. The Merry Men came to take over Nottingham, basically. They came in hard and fast at this tournament. There was this amazing battle scene going on. And it's amazing because this story's always been told from the point of view of the Merry Men being the good guys and Robin Hood, or the Hood, being the good guy. And here you're starting to see maybe not so much, but it's gruesome, it's brutal, and I love the spin on it that they gave with Miriam. I believe I'm pronouncing her name right. So really, really interesting. And you do actually get to find out who murdered the person from issue number 1. So go check it out. The artwork is great. The writing's phenomenal. This story is definitely one worth reading. Now, we had 2 Jokers issues this week. I guess really more of a Joker issue than one, what I'm going to call a Jim Gordon issue. So the first one we're going to talk about is Joker's Puzzlebox, I believe is what it's called, something like that. And it's about Joker basically sitting there being interrogated. Some of the best comic books just involve Joker being interrogated. But anyway, so he had all of the Batman's enemies at his house, or home as he calls it. They're trying to figure out why or what happened. So it's kind of going through that. It's very interesting. And they're trying to figure out who killed the Riddler. So it's an interesting concept. The artwork is pretty good. I'm enjoying it so far, and it's an interesting concept. I'm not super attached to the book. If issue 2 happens, great. If not, no big deal. Like, it's not one of those. It wasn't necessarily the best, but it was a fine issue. So if you haven't had enough of the Joker yet, throw this on your pull list. But honestly, it's kind of a hit or miss for me. I don't think you're going to miss out if you haven't picked this one up. Now, the next one, James Tynion's The Joker series, issue number 4, I think. I actually went back, reread all 1 through 4 today. It's okay. You know, there's a lot of tie into Tynion's Batman series run previously, so that's fine. It's a bit of aftermath from the Joker War. Great. I really just am not pulled into it. I don't really care about, let me rephrase. I think it should be a Jim Gordon title, right? This is about Jim Gordon's emotional stress and his situations in the past with Joker, and whether or not he's going to get that revenge. And it's good, but it's not really it's not a pure Joker series, right? I feel like it's honestly just way more of a Jim Gordon tale. And I get it, if they would have done a Jim Gordon comic book, it probably wouldn't sell as well as the Joker title does. I don't know. What do you guys think? That's just my own opinion. Good story, though. You know, nothing award-winning, right? Nothing like over the top. but it is a good read. And then this week I started hearing a ton of stuff about W.E.B of SpiderMan, and I started to see why. W.E.B of SpiderMan is purely a spec book for people, but all the kids that this was really, I think this was written for a younger generation of readers, somebody 14, 15, 16, maybe a little bit younger even. This book was kind of meant for them and the new team they put together and things like that. So I'm really hoping that people didn't walk in, grab 15 off the shelf and not leave any for the younger readers, because that would be super disappointing. This isn't a series I'm probably going to continue reading, but basically it's about Tony Stark and Peter Parker, and they're running the new Young Avengers type team, I guess. It's this engineering task force. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting. A lot of young talent, young superheroes, so nothing I'm really super interested in, but not a bad read if I was, 13, 14, 15, and it's a good way of introducing STEM and stuff like that. So I think a story like this is great. I just hope all the speculators and scalpers and things like that didn't go in and pull everything off the shelf before people, with kids, got a chance to really come in and read it. But all in all, not bad, just not a story I'm going to continue. It just doesn't fit what I'm kind of looking to read. Now, I know also Heroes Reborn issue number 6 came out this week. I'll be very honest with you guys. I tried to really jump on Heroes Reborn. I couldn't get past like issue 4. It's just the way the storytelling was kind of flipping and flopping around. There was not really much consistency outside of maybe Blade being the one consistent function. It's an interesting concept. I enjoy the story characters, but I'm probably just gonna step back and maybe try it again later on. Just Heroes Reborn, maybe not the best execution of an event for Marvel. Not that we've seen many here lately that have been just overwhelming, but it is what it is. And the last issue that I read this week was Bunny Mask, something like that, from Aftershock. This was the book that I feel like everybody was really kind of just all over, right? That's all I heard about was Bunny Mask. Everybody showing off their copies and stuff. And to be honest with you, like the first 2 pages, I think is what it was, I stopped like seriously reading it after that point. I continued to kind of flip through. But dude, it started off so brutal with the chipping of the teeth and stuff like that. I mean, if you've read it, you know what I'm talking about. But honestly, like just flipping through it and a little bit like light read, it just wasn't something that really pulled me in. And I think it was just because that first panel shock was like, dang. And that, that's kind of cringy, makes you cringe up a little bit. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think. What was your top pick this week? For me, it was probably Geiger, closely followed by Nottingham, in my opinion. Guys, you're the best part of Two Brothers Comics. Subscribe, like, share out the new channel. We're trying to really focus on growing up the comic book reviews. And as always, collect your way.